episode.
Wait,
of
is it the
Drunken
15th?
Ship.
Let me check.
You gotta check.
Yeah, it is the 15th.
Welcome to the 15th episode of the Drunken Ship Podcast. I'm your host, Tae Infinite, alongside my co-host, my brother, my best friend, CyberCalamity. I'm about to say Captain Crockett, but it's CyberCalamity.
You can just call me Jordan.
Jordan. We post every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on both Spotify and YouTube.com/drunkenship. You can just find us on the search bar. So we talk about comics, politics, video games, movies, literally anything that comes to mind. So make sure you give it that like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. So hope you enjoy this episode. It could be your first episode, it could be your last episode, never know.
My phone is my phone is blowing up over that Tom Cruise tweet.
Tom Cruise tweet. Oh, you talking about the
Last
Shinobi
Samurai?
thing? Is that what's that movie called? It came out in the early 2000s. Is it Last Samurai?
Yeah, it's called The Last Samurai.
That's the one. What's the
Yeah,
one with? What's that guy's name? The racist actor.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
You talking about
Didn't he do one?
Apocalypto?
Didn't he do one?
A samurai movie?
Yeah.
No, he
I
did
love-
Apocalypto. He directed Apocalypto.
I love how you refer to. That's the guy I was talking about, though. But that's the one he jumped to. It's Mel
What?
Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought he did a samurai movie.
If he did, I mean, I haven't heard of it.
I think he did a what's name movie too. The one of the wars in the 1700s or whatever. Independence Day movies or some mess.
I've seen that.
He holding the flag. Every political guy.
What is the name of that movie? Oh, what is that? Yeah, and he beats. I remember
Gettysburg.
there's a part of that movie where he's like beating people with an axe and shit. Like,
yeah. You see the Assassin's Creed 3 guy in there running around.
what is his name?
Connor. That trailer was amazing. Remember the trailer?
Where he's like running across the battlefield and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that trailer.
That was like the first Assassin's Creed game I ever like sat down and played.
Really?
That was like my first introduction to Assassin's Creed.
Mine was the one I completed first on my own was 2. I remember my little cousin, just way younger than me, had Assassin's Creed 1. And I forgot about the franchise. And then I saw 2 because my friend at school talked about it in high school, and I gave the franchise a chance. 2 was amazing.
You know how I play that game? I befriended a kid who had GameFly, and when he like finished the games, I would just borrow it from him.
From
and then
GameFly?
No, not from. I would borrow it from the kid that had GameFly, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then all I would have to do is I would mail the game back. That's all I would have to do. I didn't have to give it back to him. He was like, yeah, just put it in the mailbox. And
I think I
like,
never
okay.
used GameFly. I never used that.
When I was using it from him, super nice. It was really nice. Especially like probably not multiplayer games, but like definitely like single player games. Super, super helpful.
Weren't their motto like have it as long as you want, but pay? More like a subscription before subscription was a thing, right?
I think GameFly was like that, yeah. Where
I never
it was
did it.
just you got it for I think unlimited time.
Yeah, and you
right?
just pay, I guess, monthly or weekly or whatever.
Was that it? Was that well, I think wasn't it like you always pay a fee, like you pay like what, $15 a month?
Yeah, I
And
think it
then
was
you
cheaper
get
than that. I think like $7.99 or something.
It was $7.99.
It was like super
Just a
cheap back
month?
then. This is around like the 2010s, something around that time. Like 2010, 11 maybe. GameFly was still irrelevant. I remember seeing ads on TV. I always wanted to do it, but I never did it.
Yeah.
I just went to like rental stores and just rented games.
I think the time like was rental stores still a thing
No, I think it's.
when GameFly came out?
I'm not sure. I guess I don't know. No,
Dude,
it's funny.
I can still what?
Go ahead. You go first.
Oh, I can still remember me and my older brother, when I was like a kid, we go into this like local video shop, and they had like games and they had like DVDs, or I think it was like VHS. It wasn't even DVDs, but it was called Rockies.
Hmm.
It made me so hype. and we'd go rent N64 games. And I remember we'd always rent oh shit, what was that movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson where the monkey gets out? It's a giant ape.
Rampage.
Rampage, yeah, that's what we always rent. We'd always play like Get Rampage.
Oh, the game, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it was last year when I was at my aunt's house. They still got a video store open down there in South Carolina.
Really?
I don't know how that place is still alive. I was shocked when I drove by.
I guess people just keep it up. I mean, nostalgia.
I mean, my town's an old town. Theirs closed down probably 10 years prior to that. I don't know. It's funding.
I was watching American Dad last night, and I saw a joke about Radio Shack. Is Radio Shack, is it still open? Because I swear to God, I thought they had been shut down.
Yeah, I think they're done. I think the last one I've been to when they were actually dying, like you saw they're losing stuff, was the one by Walmart. Isn't that a Radio Shack? That's the last one I've been to.
That was like the joke. Like they were like, they went to Radio Shack, and they were like, "You guys are still open?" And like, "Yes, we've not closed down." And then there was like a giant wrecking ball, and it was like, just because a wrecking ball has, like went through the wall doesn't mean we're closed.
They take it to the extreme. Yeah, when I went in there, what did I go in there for? I guess for like a charger or something. I was by myself. I think you were still my roommate at the time. You know the pizza place we used to go to?
Yeah, there was one there was one like across from it, right?
That's the last one. Yeah, that's the last one I went to. I remember like saying, like,
seriously feels like a fever dream. It was so long ago.
Yeah, it's like, when the store's closing and they have less products there, but it's still open.
Yeah, it's like gutted.
Yeah, that's how it was in there.
They stopped ordering inventory.
I remember I did that when I went to Toys R Us when it was closing. It was the saddest thing. Because I decided to go in Toys R Us because, it was closing at the time. I was like, I haven't been in here in a while. I just literally just walk in. And everything's majority is gone. And it's just really sad.
It's sad, yeah.
Even though I rarely went there as a kid, it's just like, that's
I remember going like a few times because it was in my local mall.
Mm-hmm.
There was one, and I remember like going in. I'm like, "Whoa, this is cool." You do remember like stores being way bigger because you were a kid and you're really small, but like the store is actually probably like really small. I could have swore that thing was like that. Toys R Us was massive, and it was actually like really, really small now that I think of it. And like if I go back to that mall and find like the space it was in, the space is only like 40, 50 feet. But to me, as a kid, I'm like, whoa, it's so big.
The one from my hometown was like an hour and 30 minutes away. That's why I remember. That's when I first got my GameCube, and I went to get Godzilla Destroy All Monsters on GameCube. That's the only place we found it. I remember walking in and grabbing it with my dad and walking out excited. Even though I played the next day. Because we went to, I think it was GameStop we got my GameCube from. I got like 5 games that day. And like we couldn't find Godzilla nowhere else, so we went to Toys R Us and we got it that night. I remember like going crazy.
I don't even remember how I got that game. I think I remember I just had it.
Just had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember getting my GameCube. It was just like an afternoon around this time, probably earlier. At night, I got my own. Because I just remember walking inside. It was on the shelf, covered in this clear plastic box. I'm like, that's it. And we walked out.
Is that like you had saw like commercials and like you went and picked it out?
Yeah, I recall seeing commercials of the Godzilla commercials.
Like when I was a kid, I don't think I even asked for like an Xbox. Like my parents just gave me an Xbox for Christmas, and I was like, "Whoa!" Literally, they know I was gonna become like heavily addicted to this thing for the next 20 years.
With my PlayStation 1, my dad just gave it to me, and I don't know who I told the story. Like that was my first console with Spyro 2. That's my first games I ever experienced. But for some reason, I knew what that was. I guess a false memory or something going on there.
Did your dad have one?
I guess it was his. He just gave it to me. But before the event, I knew what video games were. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember
maybe it is like a false memory.
No, I remember that day. Like he gave it to me because he was in his dresser.
But you knew what it was prior to that.
Yeah. So like I don't know where I got my video game knowledge from.
You just
yeah.
Mine's kind of like, well, before I had an Xbox, I mean, my brother had an N64, and I would always like play like GoldenEye and Mortal Kombat and um pod racing.
No, that's on consoles now.
Yeah, I
Apparently.
know, but for I don't think I would go back and play it, especially I
No.
wouldn't pay money. It's like $20 or something. I'm like,
$20.
there's no way- Yeah, I was like
Hmm.
$50,
$30.
$30.
No, that's a beta
Yeah,
game
there's
there.
no way I would like go back and play it again. Cause
Yeah.
even though it's super nostalgic, maybe
Yeah.
like I'd do like a few races, but other than that, I don't think I would pick it up again.
It's like a $5 game.
Yeah, definitely it's a $5 game.
You play it for one night, it's done.
Yeah, you play it for like in like half an hour, and you're like, yeah, okay, this is bad. This is bad. Let me put it down.
Last time I played when Colin had it for his 64. It wasn't his 64, but he played it. At girls. It was me, Vire, and Colin played it. The game feels terrible because the not Wii, but the 64 controller, stupid controller. I think it's garbage.
The controller that has a dick.
You always say that. So, about what, a day or two ago, you told me to pin this question I asked you.
Oh wait, before we get into that, yes, Tate, my shirt is comically large. Look at this thing. Look how big it is.
I never noticed it till you said something. Oh, you look so
Yeah.
short right now. Where's your camera located? Are you facing down?
Oh, I'm gonna like slouched into my chair. Usually, like I'll like kind of put my leg under my other leg, and then it'll be like standing up like this normally.
No, I was gonna buy one of those chairs the other day. I didn't realize they were expensive.
100% you should.
Is it
I
depends
think-
on the brand? Because they all look the same. Just different colors.
I think when I bought mine, so mine's like the standard like
I forgot the texture what brand it was.
DRX racer, whatever.
Yeah.
Like the one like every like streamer has.
Yeah.
But
It's a
now there's so
requirement.
many like there's so many different companies now that I think you can go like, because they're like Secret Labs. I think they're good. There's like a bunch of different brands now that you can buy and you can't go wrong really,
I might get
because
one
they all
and see
seem
them.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a good investment just for like your back, because like the split chair has like lumbar support, which is great because I remember my lower back would be like killing me after like
This isn't a paid
sitting down on my
sponsor.
computer for hours. What?
Yeah, it's like a paid sponsor.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is not sponsored by DR Racer, but DR Racer, if you would like to sponsor the show,
Is it called DR Racer?
it's called
Okay,
Yeah.
DR. I can remember that.
DX Racer. I forgot.
I'm seeking to get one next week. They're almost nearly $200.
This one was, I think, $200.
Yeah, and then you
But
had it
it's-
since 2016.
It's dead
too.
as a car seat.
Yeah.
It's literally, this is what you would put in a car. This is like what
Sports
race
car.
car is like. If I wanted to, I could take the wheels off this thing. I could take the handles off this thing and just throw out my seat, my car, replace it with this bad boy.
You just shit like this.
But if you ever notice, like, either watch Fast and Furious and shit, this is the seats they use. I mean, that's like what they modeled them after, I guess.
You know they're going to space now. I called it.
Hey,
Many years in
I tagged
advance.
you. I tagged you in that. I was like, you get the fuck out.
Get
Which
that
I
clout.
mean, what else could they do?
Meet the Transformers.
And that probably will happen. I mean,
Yeah, the same company, Paramount.
oh shit, they could do
Yeah.
that.
That would be really continuity destroying. Unless you let it set the movies prior to Transformers.
Well, it
events.
doesn't. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. You know why these movies do so well?
Box office.
It's the international.
China and all
That's
that.
yeah, they eat that shit up. That's the only reason why they still keep making these movies, because like internationally, these movies do great.
Wasn't it one movie that didn't do well? And it was clear like a Chinese. Was it Power Rangers? Yeah, it was Power Rangers that didn't do well because of China. Didn't care for it.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. I think it was Power Rangers. The recent Power Rangers movie. I don't know
Just
why.
Didn't,
They
didn't
didn't-
hit with their audience.
I don't know. Because didn't you know why Transformers 4 had like the China setting and all that stuff? It was clearly targeted China.
Right.
Well, apparently, there's some movies that have their own scene shot only for China audience. Like some special scenes for China. Like when they go like, oh, it's China, so I gotta watch it or something. I don't understand that.
like the I'm guessing like these big budget, like high adrenaline. Oh god, I can't talk. God, adrenaline action scenes. Those are like more focused towards China.
Popcorn. What do you call it?
Oh, popcorn movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
I guess because like Transformers, Fast and Furious really like for Chinese audience?
They
I would
eat it
more
up.
think of like South American audience or like
I can see that, or like European audience of some form.
yeah, like European, because like have you noticed like they're like the last couple movies they've done there, it's always in a foreign place.
Yes, yeah, that is true. I never thought about that.
That's what made me think about it, because like the
what's the last one was in the States?
Series, they were in like South America, and then they were in like London.
Yeah, they go everywhere.
Saudi Arabia, yeah, because they're like their markets like towards European countries and stuff. But like the first like the first two movies, it takes place in the U.S. and then the third movie's in Tokyo, which I guess Tokyo like Japanese audience was like big, so that's probably why they did one in Tokyo. Which
did
Tokyo
that one do
Drift
well?
is probably the best film, because it's like the last time they actually did like really good street racing.
I thought 5 was considered the best one. When they kind of slightly rebooted, soft reboot. I don't know from what fans said.
That's when they did Hobbs, right?
That's when they introduced the Rock character, I believe. They took the bank thing. I watched that in the hospital.
4 was terrible. Where they go to Mexico.
I don't remember. I just remember
because like 4 is like when they brought all the cast back together, the original cast, and like that was kind of like the soft reboot, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Is kind of like,
that's what I thought I got mixed up. Yeah, you're right. 4
is, but it's garbage.
Is it like,
that's like when they started like getting away from like cars. They stopped like doing like it stopped being about the cars and more about just like the
robbery.
Which I guess technically these movies was never about the cars in the first place. Like the first movie is based on like
still in DVDs and stuff.
Still in radios.
Dom was the bad guy, right? Well, he like kind of the bad guy.
Yeah. Well, Connor was like he was an undercover
cop.
Yeah.
He was a cop, right?
Yeah. And then he like infiltrated the street racing gang to see if they were stealing these like, DVDs and stuff, and then ultimately they were. And then he didn't turn him in at the end because he had like grown a part of their like crew. It's pretty much ripping off Breakpoint.
I've never seen it.
Which I've never seen it either, but I know that's the plot of Breakpoint.
Yeah, I remember like early 2000s seeing them on TV, the first two, and just I don't know. Do you think they wonder like this franchise would grow this huge?
No way.
No,
because like by the third movie, it was
it went down.
They're doing like
Tokyo
a spinoff.
Drift, right? Yeah,
the third movie is weird because it's like a spinoff movie because it doesn't involve any of the original cast.
Yeah, but it's canon.
It's probably like the best movie.
I remember as a kid, I knew like something was off with that movie. Like this is gonna do well. I remember that when it was coming out. This is weird. I had that weird feeling. Yeah, I think it didn't really do well or something, right?
I think they would have did the original cast in Tokyo. I think it would have been like really good. But I mean, I like the main guy in that movie. I didn't like his accent. He had like a
country boy.
Thick, country accent, which I guess
he's a high schooler.
Yeah, he's like put a small fish, big pond, right?
Yeah, that movie's set in the future too, because after it takes place during Fast 7.
Yes, because like Jason's. How did we turn the podcast and immediately start talking about Fast and Furious?
I don't know.
Jesus. Anyway, yeah. Jason's statements in that one because it takes place like during like I think 7. What was the last one you watched? I think I stopped up towards. I think the last one was it's the one where Connor. His name's Connor, right? Paul Walker's character, Connor O'Brien. He dies.
That's 7.
7. That's the last one I watched in theaters.
Yeah, that's the last one I seen in there. That's the only one I seen in there. It was 7.
And they're up to what, 8?
9, I think. Right.
Which one with John Cena in it?
That's Hobbs and Shaw, right?
No. Hobbs and Shaw is a spinoff movie.
What's the one with John Cena?
9. Yeah, the one that never came out.
8.
That's
Wait.
8.
What the heck?
Right?
Yeah, the one that
Because,
didn't
like,
come out was 8.
Because 9,
Yeah.
because 9, they're gonna go to space. But like, there's a Fast and Furious movie. When this recording goes up, it's still not released yet. I think it's the one with John Cena. John Cena is the bad guy. Actually, John Cena is Dom's brother. I think it's
Yeah,
the
that
plot of-
fake mess.
Yeah,
I
and
love
they,
everyone in
like-
the comments like,
and it-
no one believed this.
And I was like, why has he never been brought up before?
Oh yeah, about his. Oh my god, this is so corny.
Yeah.
I forgot about he's his brother, and like,
You know, these movies are so corny, but like they're so corny that it's good. It's not like it's dumb, but it's a dumb good. It's like you just turn your brain off and watch it.
they're self-aware of it now.
Yeah, because they don't give a shit about the plot right now, but it's fun. It's just a fun movie to watch.
I think they kind of cared around like 5 and 6. But I remember watching 6 before we saw 7. I was that guy. Like, I'm gonna catch up with the series, and she
Yeah.
lost her memory, and she's trying to regain her memory. Like, this is
Yeah,
corny. Yeah, so I think they start counting around like 5
Because
or
like
6.
in
Yeah.
I think it happens in 4.
She loses her memory or some mess.
Oh well, she like dies or something.
Yeah, she died, but she she comes back and she like
And
she don't know who
these are like
Dom
mild
is.
spoilers, but I mean, this
No one cares.
No, series is so like convoluted. It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah,
one
they're
cares.
because like 4, they were just like, okay, well, now we're serious again,
Yeah.
and now we've gotten so far up. Wait,
'Cause-
which one was where Dom was a bad guy?
That's 8.
That's 8.
Yeah. I watched clips of it on YouTube.
So the one with John Cena is 9.
9. That's the one that's coming out now. They got delayed like a year
So
later.
so the one with John Cena is the one where they do go to space.
Most likely, yeah.
So they just confirm. I saw a tweet about this, but
What the heck are they gonna do at
I
space?
didn't read into it.
How's the car up there?
I guess they're gonna invent some stupid car. that
Funded
can-
by space Tesla.
It's gonna be
Hey Tesla. There you go.
it would be a
Call it
Tesla.
now. Elon Musk makes a
SpaceX.
cameo.
They're gonna be like on a like. It's probably gonna be like in a plane, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be because you know some planes can go like into outer space.
Yeah. Like the
It's
stratosphere or
probably
something.
gonna be like something like that, and then the car is gonna have to drive off,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be in space, and it's gonna have to go down.
And you can
to
see Tyree's
Earth.
characters screaming because he's that character.
Ah,
Hey,
because-
God! Because he's like a quiet shot, and you see like a wide shot don't falling down the orbit. You know how it is. It's typical.
You already know.
That's gonna be the money shot. The trailer.
And then Dom's gonna have to fucking like jump out last minute, parachute.
His Mustang, what it is. One last ride for the 10th time. Family. It ends with family. It's the next trailer. So corny franchise.
This is the equivalent of Final Fantasy.
What do you mean?
This is Fast and Furious is Final Fantasy because it's never the Final Fantasy.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's never the last ride.
I never looked that up either, by the way. Why they call it the Final Fantasy?
I had someone explain it to me, but I completely forget.
Must be from the original game, but they called it in this.
The
branched
original
off from
game,
there.
yeah, is Final Fantasy, but
It just stole the title.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter now. Final Fantasy 15, 16, 17.
Thank God those games are standalones. Jesus, some of them. Are at
Yeah,
least.
when I was played 14, I was like, how do I get into this game? Like, how do I have to know about all the lore? And I'm like, okay, great. They're all
No, they
standalone.
use the same magic and those gods and items and stuff.
Right.
Like just different worlds.
Do they use the
Yeah.
same type of enemies?
No. Yeah, sometimes like the chocobo's like a universal creature. In the Final
Well, it's not an
Fantasy
enemy.
whatever
I
it
know
is.
the deities use. Or
Yeah,
like,
they're universal.
they
yeah.
pop up the same.
Yeah. I guess some demons. I don't know. But I know like the items and chocobos
Demons.
and the summons are universal to the franchise, but everything else is his own thing. It's fine. How do we
Let me
go
see
from
your
Final
hand.
Fantasy? It's fine now. Yeah. Oh, this was healing up.
Yeah,
because
because you were saying that like it's scarred.
Yeah, it was bigger than that.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's still
dude.
sore, but it's fine. But it's just I hate how this looks. I got to walk in public like some freak.
Yeah, one of my coworkers, he wrecked his bike, and he also has the exact same scars where you
Really?
have them right now. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. It sucked when you had to take a shower prior to this. Hated that.
And it
Yeah, it was burnt.
stings.
Yeah, it was because I got this band-aids too that had like waterproof, but it didn't help for me.
Did I ever
still
tell
felt
you? Have I ever told you a story of like how like I wrecked my four wheeler and got like rocks in my hand?
Ah, I think you told me this before. Scrape your hand, right?
Yeah. So like I don't know if you probably can't see them, but I have like scars here and then like here. So what happened was I was
It was hot outside.
driving. I was driving a four wheeler right up my mom's driveway. And the way my mom's like driveway is set up is like, so her driveway is like here, right? And then there is a hill that goes up like this. And it goes up to like a field and stuff. But like there's a point where it's like there's a ledge and then this is all like concrete.
Yeah.
And what happened was like I drove the four-wheeler up this ledge. So I went up. And I was gonna back. I didn't want to turn around, so I was just gonna back up and then come around like that. And what happened was I was in reverse, and I went off the ledge like this. Like I didn't get all the way down to the bottom. I thought it was already at the bottom when I turned.
That's what you
And
feel.
I went backwards off this ledge, and midway through like falling. I turn my body around, and what happens is I slide. My body hits the like pavement first, and my hands hit the ground, and then the four-wheeler hits me in the back, and it makes my hands slide forward, and it like literally just it gashed my hand open, and then all these pebbles got right in my hand and went scraping in.
No, that stings, and I know it was hot outside too, wasn't it?
I can physically remember like my washing my hands and my hands is shaking.
Yeah.
Because like when the water would just hit my hand, it was just like just stinging.
I
it
hate
was
that feeling.
the fucking worst, dude. I couldn't open. I was trying to get into my house, couldn't open the door because my mom had like her door handle was kind of like hard to open. So me just trying to grip it to turn it was like and it was just my palms. It was just, which I mean, granted my elbows were fucked up too, but my palms were like full of rock.
That's how I made with my hand.
Yeah, I remember
like
picking them out, picking gravel and dirt out of my palms, and I still kind of have like these little scars, but like right here, I still have like this little like raised part of my skin, and for the longest, I'm like, do I still have a fucking pebble in my hand?
I grew over it.
Yeah, well, obviously my hand would have got infected if that was the case, but it's still raised. So I'm just like, I guess it's just the skin had built up like a raised position. Yeah. But oh, dude, those look the worst.
For me, it was like, God, it was so painful. Like, it's fine now, but I had like a bigger wound here. Pretty fast. I had to sleep with my hand straight on a pillow. Like one time I woke up from pain because my hand and like right here burned and stuff, and like I couldn't open stuff. I was left-handed for the entire week. Really? Doing literally everything.
Well, you had that bandage on. I thought you had sprained it, but it was just like where it was scarred.
Scarred, and I couldn't touch it. Yeah, it was painful. I couldn't touch it.
Like, let me see your elbow.
Yeah, this was
because that looks like that you peeled your skin straight off.
No, it was coming out.
You got, like, took a bath. That's like really bad road rash.
Yeah, and this is my first time getting injured. Like very, very long time. I rarely get like cuts and stuff.
You don't really do dumb shit, so
used to. I don't do it no more.
So when was the last time you did something like this?
Like I remember.
Yeah.
I remember doing this healed up now, but right here, I was doing tug of war, and I got like a big rope gash, a rope worm right here, and this big dude, probably like 3 times my size, fell on me too. What do you call that? Tug of war? That was at school, like that.
Oh, like he like pulled you in, and you fucking.
I remember playing football and falling in a thorn bush. Yeah.
Hey, do you remember when we were practicing martial arts?
Yeah.
Out in the woods.
I didn't get it, but you did.
I guess you're not allergic. Apparently, I assumed everyone got like if you walked into poison ivy, you would be like all itchy, but apparently it's only if you're allergic to it.
Oh.
which is weird because I don't think I'm allergic to anything, but I guess like it affects some people and if it doesn't for others.
I had a lot of them in my yard growing up. I'm surprised I didn't get none ever.
But for you guys who don't know the story, is me and Tae were practicing martial arts when we were still in college, and we decided we had this nice spot out in the woods.
How do you find that? By the way,
it was just next to our old apartment.
How do you know it was back there?
I had been back there before.
Oh, okay.
Because Garrett like used to go take photos back there.
Photos, that's right.
And it was like this perfect spot, nice flat area. It was almost like it was out of a movie, perfect for training. And me and Tae are like doing grappling moves, and then we, grappling always ends up on the ground. Sure enough, next day I fucking walk into class, dude. It's all up and down my arm, it's on my neck. It was awful.
I hated it. Remember when you used to play outside as a kid and you come back, you like all itchy on the grass?
Yeah, the
cut grass or whatever. It's a so uncomfortable feeling. You sweat.
Dude, I remember my dad would cut grass and I would run around because we had this huge yard and my dad would cut all the grass, and I'd run around barefoot, and I remember like coming in, my feet would just be green. Like, you just be green because all the wet grass.
Yeah.
I guess all the juice from it or whatever.
I think this podcast is hilarious. I'm not even giving a main topic. We're 30 minutes in.
Did you hear about Meg Thee Stallion?
She got shot.
She got shot. Like, apparently she got shot twice in the foot.
Yeah.
But she got like arrested or something too. I don't really know the full story, but I just heard she got shot twice. And I guess she wasn't shot by the police. Because I saw a video early of her. The police had her stopped getting out of the car.
Does she pass out?
I guess they had like gunpoint, but she gets out of the car, you can see like she's limping
with blood
out of the car, so she was like shot twice.
Yeah. Apparently, what's his name? Tory. I can never say the guy's
Tory
name.
Lanez. Is it Lanez?
Was he with her?
I think so. He got arrested for having a gun on him.
Because apparently, Meg's, I guess, guard or whatever have a problem with him or something, and they got into it. I don't know the story. That's what I heard on Twitter. This is Twitter talking about.
Maybe we should be. I don't know. I just threw that on the old topic list just to
make this.
What else do we got here?
No,
dude. Okay. I wanted to talk about this. Did you hear about Mayfair? So have you ever ordered anything from Mayfair? Do you know what Mayfair is?
No.
So Mayfair is a furniture company, right?
What is this topic?
Okay, so you know nothing about this topic,
right?
No. So Mayfair, my bed frame is from Mayfair.
Mayfair. So
if you've never been on Mayfair is a online furniture company.
What happened?
You're not gonna believe this. They have like reasonably priced shit, right? But like they had some items, like some bed frames or something, that would be like $15,000 or something like absurdly priced. Apparently, and then like they would be also named like Brianna or something. And apparently Mayfair, they've also denied all these allegations against them, but apparently they were selling kids.
What?
What? They were selling, like they were marking up these high expensive pieces of furniture and passing them off as like, you know, expensive furniture.
Those were kids.
And they were actually kids. Because I also heard like, and this is all speculation, but I heard like when you went to go buy that said product, you would have to put in a special code or something to buy it. You couldn't just buy it.
It's trafficking, right?
Yeah, kids, like sex trafficking. They were selling kids.
How does that even manage?
And then also to get like, you want to get even more in the conspiracy. Apparently they had given mattresses and beds to the ICE detention centers.
Yeah.
And then like a couple months ago, you heard about like 1,500 kids going missing from those places.
I ain't heard about that.
Kept seeing it like.
Isn't the ICE situation still going on?
What the with
Yeah,
them
the
kids
media just
being
not
detained?
covering it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's, I mean, I heard like 1,500 kids went missing, and then Mayfair gave them some beds.
Mm-hmm.
It seems awfully connected.
Offer.
Yeah,
That's messed
and
up, dude.
apparently like the bed frames and stuff, or couch, whatever it was that was highly priced. Apparently that was the kid's name. They would name the furniture after the kid, so you knew which one you were buying.
I wouldn't be surprised if like hiding like coke or something inside those mattresses too. Drug dealing that way.
But when because Adriana came home and told me about this, when I was like, what?
I can hear her saying that. I probably laugh when she tells me.
I was like, what? And apparently I looked it up on the internet, and I was like, what the fuck? You serious?
So what's going to happen to that corporation? It's going to get like erased.
Well, they've denied the accusations, right?
Wait, I mean, how will someone find out? Is it like a customer or someone in corporate will tell on them? Like
I just looked it up. I'm looking at it right now. It's a conspiracy.
Oh, it's a conspiracy.
But it says the false conspiracy.
Oh, because like who would tell that? How would a customer know? Or I guess someone inside.
Which, I mean, this is all speculation. I mean, like I said, this is all speculation.
It's all speculation. Just like Bill Gates and 5G and coronavirus. That's also conspiracy.
I mean, fuck, who knows? I mean, this is some random. Shit, dude.
Kanye West is ending his president whatever.
Dude, this is so dumb. Like, he didn't have enough time to like start one up anyway.
I guess for the next term or whatever.
It's like he announced it. He announced he's gonna run for president, which he said this a long time ago anyway. Yeah. Right? Do you remember this? Because like back in like 2016, yeah, he was like, I'm gonna run for Kanye 2020.
We're laughing at
all. And we're like, yeah, we're all like, okay. It's like Kanye's gonna drop out. We know.
It's possible though. Anyone can do it.
I mean,
you gotta be like 30 and over to do it. 30, like 6 and over or some mess.
I think it's 35.
Something like that.
Run for president. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I thought it was 45, and then someone corrected me. Like
it's like 30 something, late 30s. Yeah.
It's like 35. I know it's something 45 or 35. I think it's 35.
But like,
but he announced that he's running for president, and then it like it wasn't like a week later he was like, I'm dropping out. We're like, all right, man.
You call it the birthday party.
The birthday party.
That's his political party. You see that?
No, did he really?
Yeah, he calls it the birthday party.
That's so funny.
What world we live in, dude?
God bless him.
I mean, I like his music, but I'm not voting for that. No. That's we live in a joke world, dude. You just see stuff and just like, I gotta tell people, I look at something or hear something to shake my head like an old man. I'm the old man reading a newspaper.
What is it? Truth is stranger than fiction.
Truth is stranger than fiction. Yeah, it is.
It is. I don't believe it. We're living in a simulation.
Like they came out yesterday when the Ivanka Trump post those Goyo products on their political thing. Why would you do that? You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, apparently you're not allowed, and people won't shut up about it. But I'm like,
because they're using it as an obvious bait for
yeah.
Like imagine like promoted black people with KFC chicken. You see what I'm saying? It's like that or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like it'd be like that.
People are boycotting Goyo, right?
Yeah, apparently the COO is like a big fan of Trump.
Yeah, they said something about like they love Trump. And then people are like, all these people are like, we're boycotting Goyo.
I never bought their products ever.
I eat them fucking beans every day. Rice and beans, some avocado.
What, has she heard about it? Does she care?
What? Oh yeah, no, she's the one who told me.
It's like the Aunt Jemima thing, the syrup.
How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I don't give a shit, dude. Obviously, that's the syrup I grew up with. My exact
response. I was like, I don't care.
That's the syrup I grew up with, like eating, and the pancake brand. And it's like I never looked at that and just thought about that ever.
Every time I think about that, I always think about Leon talking to me about Ancient Mama, and he's like, "You're just like look at Ancient Mama and just like,
What? Remember I used to tell you those KFC commercials used to make me uncomfortable.
Oh, right.
Like some repressed
owner, right?
Jing. It used to be like some repressed Jing. My ancestors like screaming it inside. It's like, what is that?
That's like instinct. Like this. Yeah, this don't sit right with me. This.
Yeah. I just feel about this commercial. This don't feel right.
This Southern man doesn't sit right with me with the white suit.
No, because I remember watching these and like, it ain't right.
There's something. I don't trust this man. Do you see this?
That's how I felt watching those commercials. I didn't know what it was, but I guess that just made me so uncomfortable watching those commercials. The way that Southern accent, selling chicken. Huh.
For the longest time, so where I grew up was in like where Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia all meet. And originally I live in Virginia, and when I would cross the border to Kentucky, I never really thought about it until it hit me that it's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
But every time I would go across so you would go through like a huge mountain. It would be this big tunnel through a huge mountain, and then the other side you would go into Kentucky. And as soon as you enter this little town called Millsboro, if you look to your left, there was a KFC. As soon as you get into Kentucky.
It's probably the most famous one in the States, too. Is it near the border? I guess it's by the border, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was right across when you got right towards the border. But it wasn't like anything special. It was like a little rundown, like KFC. But I think the original KFC is like somewhere. It's in Tennessee or Kentucky.
It has to be in Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky, obviously. I was thinking Tennessee.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's not too far away from where like I lived.
Who would want to live to Kentucky? Like, who thinks of that? Like, let's move to Kentucky. Have you knew anyone from Kentucky?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I lived at the Pinnacle. I knew people from Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia.
Or like Oregon.
Oregon. That's where like it's like when I hear
Utah.
Oregon, Utah. Holy shit. Oregon. Actually, no. Scratch that. Utah. Just immediately serial killers.
Really? Some Netflix special serial killer.
I guarantee, like that's like a lot of like that Midwest. Mm-hmm. Those are like where all the serial killers are. They're all in these like those like just like a body go missing and no one blink an eye because it's all just dead space, right? Deserts and forests.
I had this weird thought one time many years ago. I don't know why this came back to me, but it's probably weird to live in. I'm so used to living to the coast side. Maybe it's so awkward for me to live inside the middle of the state. Is that weird? You ever thought about that?
Yeah. I mean,
they have lakes and stuff.
That's funny. Funny that you bring that up because I've only ever lived on the borders of things. Like I've never lived in the middle of a state.
Yeah, because I grew up in the East Coast, so it's like I'm near water always. Not where I'm at now, but where I was growing up all my life.
You lived near the border of Virginia and.
I was like an hour 30 from Virginia.
Virginia and North Carolina, and then you also lived you live near the coast.
Yeah.
Huh. And now we live in Charlotte, which is next
far
to
from.
Actually, I mean, like South Carolina is like
30 minutes.
Well, I don't want to give away from where I actually where my house is actually located, but I'm not too far away from South Carolina.
Yeah. Not that long. You just like weird.
What was your question that you wanted to ask me earlier? And we started talking about Fast and Furious and shit.
You just ramble. The Ramble episodes are always the best episodes.
Yeah, you can probably title this like off topic or something. We don't even have a topic.
Well, you told me to pin this topic, but
yeah, pin it. No, you can ask me now. We got 20 minutes left.
So like 2 days ago, I had to think about it for a second. About 2 weeks ago, we were playing No Man's Sky. Yeah, No Man's Sky.
Which we need to stream that. I don't know when we're gonna stream it. We're eventually gonna stream it, and then we're gonna start putting episodes up on
been so
here.
lazy playing games. Like I was even struggling to play Sonic Mania last night. I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm just like, I'm getting old, Jordan. I can't process video games no more.
I've cut back definitely, but like I'm still like I still play
playing
them.
games.
Yeah.
I don't play nothing no more, dude.
Which I mean, if Adriana wasn't so patient with me when I'm playing games and then also enjoy games with me, I think it'd be even harder for me to play fucking games. But
yeah,
thank God I have a loving girlfriend and she's very patient with me.
You know, there's a channel that watches. It's called, I guess, Girlfriend Reviews. I just found it out yesterday.
You know what? I've seen that channel like 100 times, but just never clicked on never bothered on.
I never heard of it. So it's like what? Man,
I see it recommended.
It's like if Adriana runs that channel, she's doing reviews from what she saw from you playing. From apparently.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, I think it's like
have
how
you ever
they
watched
see
the video
it.
from them?
No, I saw a comment under it like, huh, that's interesting. But they did a Last of Us 2 review. So I guess it's like your significant other watching the boyfriend play or something. And like,
yeah.
That's an interesting take. I like that. It's different.
I guess that's why that's why the channel does so well, I guess.
What I was going for is, so you had a PS2, right? You didn't have a PS2, did you?
My brother had a PS2, but I never actually owned a PS2. And then I had friends who had PS2s that I always play.
PS3, you didn't experience PS3.
I had one friend, actually it's funny, I had one friend that had a PS3, and then I had an Xbox, and I talked him into getting a 360.
360, yeah.
Yeah, because like...
We didn't really truly experience till like mid to last PS3 gen, so the question still applies for you, though, but like my question was like, the PS4 was like your true PlayStation experience, right?
Yeah, so... like I guess like I should go through the line of like how I've gotten my consoles. So my original first console ever that I owned was a original Xbox, and then from that original Xbox I had a 360, and then I also had a Wii. I've had a PSP, which I guess the PSP was my first like PlayStation that I actually bought myself.
Yeah. And
then I had a Xbox One, and then from Xbox One I bought, I guess, a PC, and then I bought a PlayStation 4, and then my last thing I ever bought was a Nintendo Switch. So that is my logs of like consoles I've owned.
Yeah, so like what I was talking about is, when I told about this when Ghost of Tsushima came out, or the day before, I can't remember. And apparently, if you're watching this now, the game's already reviewed and it's doing pretty well. Like 8s and 9s, some 7s. It was a pretty good game. But I was like, because I tweeted it out like, PlayStation is really killing this generation. But I was talking to Jordan like, how does it feel to be a PlayStation gamer or experience these PlayStation games? Constantly coming out with these stellar like IPs. Because it seems like you look at the track record of this generation. Because it kind of, I mean, they had like Uncharted and Last of Us and Killzone on PS3, but it kind of kicked off with the first Last of Us when they made these super strong IPs. But Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 were still those good games, but I truly give it to Last of Us 1. But looking like from like PlayStation's lineup, PS4's lineup specifically, how this keep releasing these good games like that constantly. And for me, it's like, oh, this is PlayStation for me. But for you, this is probably something different. And like, how is your PlayStation experience so far? Like,
so I mean, like, so far, they've knocked it out of the park for me.
Yeah.
I guess going from, I mean, because Xbox One was kind of like a fumble. They really didn't have any good games. I mean, obviously, just like exclusive games, they just didn't have it for me.
Yeah.
And mainly, you never played Xbox for, the exclusive games. I mean, back in the 360 days, they did have like, that's when they were like hitting heavy. But it was like I think what made Xbox so good was like the multiplayer.
Yeah, multiplayer.
Like Xbox Live was like the next big thing. That was like it. But when like Xbox One and like PS4 came out, I mean, for the most part, I think PS4 had the online kind of pat down at that point. They probably had fixed all the shit from
PS3. PlayStation Network, while it's free, it was garbage compared to Xbox Live.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, like 360 days. I mean, Halo 3, it's still to this day a god tier of a game.
Yeah.
Which we need to do a list of like our favorite games, and because Halo 3 is definitely on there for me. Gears of War, and then like I wouldn't say Call of Duty because Call of Duty is like a
multi-platform.
Multi-platform, but yeah, Gears of War, Halo, those are like my go-to games, like 360. And then when we got into Xbox One,
just dwindled from
there was nothing really tying me down to Xbox One.
Like, here's a good example, not cut you off, but when you think of, okay, I put it this way: when you think of Xbox One, what's the first game you think of?
Forza, or I guess Killer Instinct. I mean, they're launch games, but
for PS4, what you think? Like, if you can,
you think immediately Last of Us, God of War, Crash, shit like that.
Yeah.
Which Crash is multi-platform now too.
Multi-platform, yeah.
They just didn't have like games to put your ass like to get that game. And actually, what motivated me to, get a PS4 was to play Persona 5.
Persona 5, yeah.
Yeah. And then because like that was coming out, and then Spider-Man was like right after that, and like fuck, I really want to play these games. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just can't see getting content.
And when I had an Xbox, I'm like, yeah, exclusives don't matter. I wish they would just make everything multi-platform. And to this day, I still kind of feel that way a little bit. I mean, that's the only reason I say that in the sense of just, I wish everyone got to experience these games.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's great for PlayStation's, pockets and stuff, but like, these games are so good. I kind of feel bad that like, not everybody doesn't get to experience these great games.
That's how I felt. I find it, even though I still believe in exclusives, but I kind of felt that with Spider-Man PS4. Like, God, you guys are missing out.
Yeah, seriously. That's like one of the first games you truly do feel like you're actually Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just like the motion of like swinging around, like in New York, you really do feel like you're swinging around. But I mean, like the same thing with like Mario and like Animal Crossing and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, I mean, but if you didn't have the funds to buy these consoles and stuff, it sucks, because I mean, when you get down to the end of the day and stuff, you just want people
to have fun.
You just want everyone to feel like you're all part of the same team, because you are. Because
you're all gamers.
not to sound fucking cringy as hell, but yeah, we are all gamers, and it is kind of like this big community. When we're not trying to like rip each other's throat out for buying a different console. Then
I think it's the largest community of entertainment right now, if I'm not mistaken.
But I mean, that's why I like multi-platform things. When things are multi-platform, here's an example, like memes. Everybody can make a meme off like the game. Yeah. When a new game comes out and it's super hype, there's gonna be memes and everyone can enjoy them and shit.
Mm-hmm. It's like I'm saying. Hey, go on. Go ahead.
But my point's pretty much finished.
I was gonna say, like, because it seems to be like in your Xbox days, you was the multiplayer kind of guy, but when you went to PlayStation,
I got an Xbox One just off the fumes of the 360. Because the 360
that makes
is so
sense.
explosive.
That makes sense. Yeah, but I'm saying like, you notice how the what's the word? I guess experience. Cause you know how when you coming from someone like people who went, there's a lot of people that went from 360 to PS4, and you notice how that Xbox 360 was this multiplayer platform. Jumping to this, while it has multiplayer, it was this single player experience platform too. And I noticed that from your ways of gaming too, how you playing these single player games. Which if years ago, if I knew you in like high school, I wouldn't see you playing those kind of games. Like, I wouldn't see you playing like Uncharted or Last of Us or Spider-Man. I probably see you playing like Call of Duty and some other multiplayer game.
Yeah,
something.
I mean that was
Yeah.
like that was my whole stick was like I
Yeah.
always played like multiplayer games,
Yeah.
which when here's the reasoning for it, and I think a lot of people can relate to this reasoning. When you're a kid and you don't have a lot of money, so you
Mhm.
rarely buy a new game. Whenever I would ever buy a single player game, I would get my I would get like a couple hours out of that game, and then that would be it, right?
Yeah.
I would play through the campaign, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like it would end it like being a kid, you would do that in 2 days. You'd finish a game in 2 days, and you'd be like, wow, okay. So what else do I do? And you don't really feel like playing the game again, like right after you beat it and stuff, unless you're a kid that wanted to do collectathons and stuff, and like you wanted to go collect everything. And for me, like when I was a kid, I just wanted to get as much out of the game as I could
Time.
possibly could. Yeah, much time as I could for $60. So multiplayer games are. This is why I love multiplayer games. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Last of Us, God of War, those are incredible, incredible cinematic stories that are like definitely worth your $60. Even like The Witcher, like The Witcher 3 as a single player game, it's still worth your money. In like Metal Gear Solid 5, but like you can put 50, 60 hours into a single player game, but then after that point you're like, okay, I can't put any more into this single player game. When a game has multiplayer and it's good multiplayer, dude, you're probably dropping 300, 400 hours into it. I mean, I've played Apex
Almost probably 400 hours now.
oh my god, like probably it has to. I mean, it had to be getting close to 600 hours since Apex.
Yeah. I think that's my probably either first or second or maybe third multiplayer game of this generation. I think I got it beat. I think Rocket League got it beat. Not sure. I think I got more hours of Rocket League than Apex. But Apex is not Apex. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare. Yeah. Those are 3 multiplayer games I played this most this generation. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I'm like opposite of you currently. Like as a kid, like even like the 360 days, I played both. But when it came to single players, I'm specifically referring to like the PS2 days. I had no problem replaying those single player games. I don't know why, but when I got older, when it comes to single player games, it's like an argument. People say like, you play it once, you're done. I'm that guy.
Now, yeah, when you definitely get older, because like now, like, and then you don't have like the energy to go back and do it again, because you're like,
I don't know what it is though, because like I love these games, I really do. It's just that I don't go back.
No,
I don't know what it is, but
even when I played like Spider-Man, I was like, fuck. Like when I was playing the game, I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna come back to this.
Yeah.
When I was like, whenever they put DLC, I'm like, I'll definitely come back. I always say that, but I'm like, and then I never go back. I'm just like, even when they do release good DLC, I'm just like,
Mm-hmm. That's a good example. That's the one I thought of too. Like, I love Spider-Man. That's like one of my favorite games of the generation, and love that game. But I never went back for it. But when it's something like if I install Rocket League again, I would play it. Or Tetris, I come back every once in a while and play it. Multiplayer games.
Yeah,
and I see the argument
it's always
for that.
it's always a new type of enemy. It's never
Something's
like
there.
Nothing's ever exactly the same.
Yeah,
because you don't know how a match will go, and I think that's what makes it. And in a sense, that's why battle royals do so good. I think is just because the randomness of those games.
You gotta keep it refresh,
and you can just keep coming back and back and back.
Mm-hmm. Like,
and then like there are games like League of Legends and all that stuff too, which is kind of like a different beast altogether.
League of Legends.
Yeah, I mean, like those are more strategy type, multiplayer games.
I mean, just bring more content and characters. And I understand the argument there. It just is like I don't know why I do that. Sometimes I do like want to go back to these games, but like, you know what? No. Like Last of Us 1, I haven't played it since 2014. Never touched it since.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I played it. I've only ever played it once. I thought about playing it again before
2,
but I had just beat it not too long before like Last of Us 2 came out. because I got the remastered edition.
I didn't have that.
Actually, when I got my PS4, I started just doing backlogs of all these games I never.
That's what I mean to this point of question, like how you playing these PlayStation games and
I mean, like some of them don't age so well because they were like old games. It's on PS4, like Uncharted 1.
You take that back. I knew you were going to say Uncharted. You offended me how you treat the Uncharted series.
I do not care. It did not age well. It's an old fucking game, dude. What was that, PS3? It was like a launch PS3
It's a 2007 game. Yeah, it felt like a PS3 game to you. That's understandable.
That jet ski level is the worst level I've ever played in a video game.
Going from Uncharted 1 to 2, we're playing those games again on PS4. Oh my god,
2 was like okay.
Amazing. 2 is not okay. 2 is a fantastic game.
It is okay. Come from a perspective.
2 is amazing.
Playing these games with 2020 eyes. Yeah, it's okay. It's an okay game. I think they changed the genre a little bit. I don't think it was that groundbreaking, but probably back then it was probably groundbreaking.
Oh my god.
This might be a controversial take, but it's an okay game.
A controversial take with Uncharted series like 2 and 3. That was a big internet controversial take. People couldn't figure out which one was better. That's how bad it was.
3 was good. I mean, 3 was pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the Uncharted series, they're all good.
Yeah. You need to play Infamous too.
I didn't like. I guess because the game wasn't groundbreaking because I didn't play it when it was initially released. I'm sure if I played it then, I'd be like, holy shit.
No, it wasn't like nostalgia for me. Like I can understand Uncharted 1, you say it's probably dated, but Uncharted 2 and 3 felt fine to me.
Yeah, I mean like Uncharted 2 a little dated. It's not as bad as the first one. But it's not like it still plays. It kind of holds up a little bit.
I see you coming from the PS3 remarks.
And then like and then like with Uncharted 3, it just kind of felt like the combat was a little bit tighter. They improved on a lot. They just improved in a lot of stuff from 2, and then but 4 was like a launch PS4 game, right?
No, it came out 2006.
What 4?
2005. It came out early 2006, I think, 2005, one of them.
What?
Not 2005, 2015.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm stupid. 2015 or 2016, one of the two.
Okay, so like 2 years into it. Yeah, that game definitely holds up to, today. Lighting, combat, it's all good, great.
You ever played the Order, have you? Order 1886?
No, that was like the werewolf.
It feels like Gears, but it's not. You wouldn't like it.
Right, it was like third person, but like they said it was like a flop, right?
I don't know what it
people are like super excited about. I remember this game coming out, and people were super excited, and then it just flopped.
No, it's stupid. I just thought of a moment. I remember in that little stream we had a few weeks ago with some werewolf game, and I asked, "What's the last time we had a werewolf game?" Order 1886. Yeah, that's how bad I forgot about that game. Wow. Yeah.
So it's a forgettable game.
I think I got it for $3. It was like a short game too, super short. It was beautiful though, but it was those type of games are just technical games. They're just literally there they're show ponies. They're like, all right, let me show you around the stable. This is what all the new stuff's, and that's why I like hate like it's those like launch, like sometimes I hate this with like exclusives. They use the gimmicks a lot,
like
Infamous Second Son does it, but not to like a like just stupid, but like a spray can. You just shake the controller.
I tell you who's the worst offender of of any of those.
Nintendo.
Zelda, the Breath of the Wild, those the motion sensor. Thing? Oh my god, dude!
So stupid.
That was beyond frustrating that I could not get it.
I got it. My sister hated it with a passion. He hated that mess.
Those were beyond frustrating. The worst offenders. But like with like PlayStation, like The Last of Us, you have to shake your controller to get the flashlight to turn back on.
That took me like once.
It's funny they kept that in the second part too. They kept a lot of like.
It was in the first one.
Quirks. Yeah, they kept a lot of the quirks of the first, and from the first one to the second game.
That happened to me like once in the second game. Like, oh, what happened? Take it. That's it. I'm fine with stuff like that. Or something like Zelda's. Like, got this freaking ball in the hole. Like, I didn't mean to come back to the game again.
Easily the worst one.
My Switch has been calling me. So I just like, I don't want to play it. I want to play Mario again.
You gonna play
Odyssey.
Paper Mario? I heard that got good reviews. I've never played a
That's
Paper Mario.
no, people are doubting it because it's like, oh, you ruin it because it's Nintendo. But a lot of fans don't like these Paper Mario new games, apparently. Apparently,
They're
that
just
really
like
mediocre.
they don't seem like full games to me. They seem like spin-off games. But I mean, they are spin-off
They are
games, but they
spin-offs.
seem like they're like $15 games or something.
No, I think they're like. I can't argue. I'm not a Nintendo
I mean, I don't play them,
mythologist with them. You know.
but that's just what it seems like from the like outside looking in. They just don't seem like full-fledged games to me.
I don't know.
Or like why would I spend like, $60 on this?
I got my Switch, and I'm like, people overhype this console. To be honest with you,
I mean, Breath of the Wilds was like
amazing game. Same with
yeah,
Mario
and I
Odyssey.
mean that's like the whole reason. I mean, exclusives do sell consoles. I mean, I
Yeah.
bought, to play. Well, I bought my Switch to play Fire Emblem and Breath of the Wild, which I mean, great. Chef kiss, big titty, little waist, Meg Got Stallion, shot in the foot twice. Games. They're, but I mean, like,
do you play yours often? When's the last time you touched yours?
well, I mean, Adriana bought Animal Crossing, and that was kind of like her game, and she played it mainly. But like
That mid game, hate that game. It's so corny.
that game is definitely for a type like a certain type of person.
At least I tried it. So I make my opinion on if I'm playing it. But like I played it like I kind of hate it because I bought it digitally.
Yeah,
I'm like, I was just $60 on this mess. I put in like 4 hours in. I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I hate it. That's the worst feeling. Like
But I mean, those are like series that you've never played, and you're like, oh, okay, I want to give the series a try.
yeah,
Those
that's
are
what I do.
trial runs. So I mean, don't feel like too bad about it, but
$60 I lost. I care about money in the actual game.
I haven't played another. There's still like some games I'm like that are multi-platform. I'm like, should I buy it on the Switch or PlayStation? And then it's like
What
some
is
games
it?
are like more Switch oriented. I'm
So
like,
you text me that
like
that machine game.
I might get shit for this, but like Persona would be a great game on the Switch.
Shut up. No, it won't. They don't need that.
It seriously,
They don't
like
need
the
that. I
way
want
that
them to
game is
cry.
structured is like definitely a Switch game.
They need to cry longer. They're fine. Get a PC. They're fine.
They need to get left out in the sun longer.
Nah, because every time I say that, bring Mario to Space Station. See how that feels.
I was thinking about that like a second ago when we were bringing it up. Like that'd be disorienting as hell to play Mario on a PlayStation or Mario on an Xbox, dude.
That's more likely to happen than actual PlayStation.
Really?
That's how, Microsoft and
like,
Nintendo are like best friends now.
Well, PlayStation and Nintendo was the same company for
Yeah, then
a minute.
Nintendo. If it wasn't for that situation, PlayStation wouldn't exist. Because it's like Nintendo had its issues with Sony. Why they were doing that? Because they had a console.
You think we would see like a PlayStation?
No, there was a
like,
console.
No, I know, but you think if that never happened, you think they would have developed the PlayStation under the Nintendo hat? So then would this be playing like Nintendo games at like 4K?
I mean, like they had a console and developed like the Nintendo PlayStation, whatever it's called. That's a legit real thing.
Yeah,
But it got scrapped. And apparently like Nintendo didn't want to use disc. And like Sony said, no, screw that. Just make your own thing. So you made a PlayStation.
That was the Fallout over?
Yeah, it was a Fallout. Yeah,
they use disc space.
Yeah, and then they don't like each other apparently.
So
but
they just want to
apparently,
stay with cartridge.
Yeah, at the time. Yeah.
That seems like Nintendo. I mean, just not want to move up, but technical wise.
I think Microsoft's story was like, just want to get into the business. I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, you could tell they were just like a huge company and they just wanted to dip their toe into it.
Like penny
I
change.
mean, the same thing now with like Google with Stadia. I mean, that's just a huge company that they could throw a lot of money out of.
No, Khalifa tweeted out like, there's a conference that had to happen the other day. I didn't know anything about it, and no one mentioned it at all.
No, they're dead. I mean, it's unless they start fixing a lot of stuff, they're dead in the water.
What's happening over there? Like, who do they like wake up in the morning like, who's gonna watch my stuff? Like, who's their audience?
Well, they said, like, I've heard from people that has, like, Google Fiber, that if you have Google Fiber, it runs like it's supposed to. But that's not the situation for the majority of everybody. It's like, not everybody has Google Fiber, so this technology, it works, but it just not, like, it's not, like, common for people. It's kind of like releasing the 360 with, like, you know, like the whole thing with the multiplayer, but not everyone has great internet to run it. So,
like, you think the common guy on the street know what the Google Stadia is?
What?
Like the common dude on the street, like, you see someone like, do you know what the Google Stadia is?
Like the people who played, like, 2K and Madden and stuff?
You think they know what that is?
They have probably no fucking idea what that is.
Do they even have exclusive titles for Stadia?
Yeah, but I think it did bad. Didn't Amazon had, like, an exclusive title, right? Crucible, and ended like garbage.
Well, aren't they supposed to be getting into the market too, from what I heard?
Like, console-wise, no, but gaming-wise, yes.
Yeah,
they're making games. I think they had 2 games come from Amazon. One, I think, did okay, and then the second one that just came out did, like, awful. It, like, crashed and burned. Actually, it was in beta. Actually, I think it was, like, the problem with it was like there wasn't enough players playing.
The install base was small, yeah.
Then and so they went back into beta, and I'm like, because they released the game, they just people couldn't find a match because no one, which they also did awful marketing for, because I had no idea it even came out. Did you ever see, like, ads for it or anything?
The Amazon game?
Yeah, you did, right?
No, I just remember someone mentioned, like, Amazon into the game business.
So like, no one knew this game even came out.
What it runs on?
Went back into beta. I think.
How you play it? PC?
I guess I don't even know. I just remember people reporting on it, saying that, like, they had a game come out and then no one could find a match, but they said the game works. It wasn't like the game didn't work at all. It's just like no one could find a match, but, like,
that's bad.
They didn't. Yeah, it's more of a marketing fault than anything, really.
Hey, I don't want to get on topic. It's another ongoing topic you had multiple times. It's just mostly I've noticed these PC games having too many separate installer things for them to play it. I downloaded Hyperspace. I had to download something else.
Talking about like PC downloads?
Yeah, PC downloads. But I don't want to talk about services. I'm sick of talking about services. That's it. You want to wrap up the show?
Yeah, I think we're sitting at 1:12, so.
You got anything to end it with?
Big titty,
little waist.
Meg the
Stallion. Got shot in the leg.
Shot.
So what's such random news?
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, never in my wildest dreams just thought, like, yeah, Meg Stallion's gonna get shot. Since
our last podcast, nothing. Time is really weird right now for me. What about you? Nothing doesn't feel right now.
I don't care. All I can think about is Ghost of Tsushima coming out tomorrow.
I can't wait for that.
Which would be today, the time this podcast goes
Actually, I think it comes out 11:46 p.m. tonight, I think.
Why 11:46?
That's what my iPhone told me. Probably they're not doing some midnight release or something.
What?
Probably not doing some midnight release or something. I don't know. That's what my iPhone told me. I told Siri, "Hey Siri, what's it like one day in whatever till Ghost of Tsushima comes out?" And it says like 11:46 p.m. It's probably 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's probably like and it's out in New Zealand right now.
Yeah, I think Aliana is playing it, or say her name. She's playing it right on YouTube. Yeah, I can't wait to play it.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful looking game. I was looking at gameplay last night of it.
Look for our spoiler cast next week. We're gonna be doing it on.
Is it really next week?
Yeah, next week.
Next Friday.
Do you want to release it? You want to record it Wednesday and put it up?
It's an open world game, remember?
Yeah, and I'm gonna beat it this weekend.
You can. Let's see what I can do. Oh my god, I just got a head rush.
We also might be having a special guest. I don't know. Yeah, he's got to see
guest or off. Guest. Yeah.
Our friend Sean might be coming on talking about it. Hopefully he can get Tom to come on. But I mean, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show. We really do appreciate you coming in. We do the show every Friday, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Tae, do you have anything else you want to say?
You just so straightforward.
Yeah, because I can't think of what else to say.
Yeah, that's
Big titty, little ways. Makes sense. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming down. We'll see you next time.